When traveling with cats, the first step is to get a map and plan your route. Try to travel in months that are not too hot or too cold, and find the pet-friendly motels along the way. I picked the flattest route to avoid the car overheating through mountain stretches. Look for efficient motels like Motel 6 that are equipped for pets. You want to avoid hotels or motels that may have holes under the bed or in the walls where they may hide and you'll have a hard time finding them again. I wouldn't trust do not disturb signs when you go out. A maid may come in and your pets may run out the door, so be extra cautious about this. Pack your supplies, your food and water bowls, your cat food, your kitty litter, bottles of fresh water. Before you go to the mechanic and get your car fully checked out to prevent anything happening along the route. Travel with a fully charged cell phone. Get your tires checked out. And always travel with a full tank of gas, because you never know when you're going to hit a stretch where there's no gas station for another 50 miles. Make sure your cat is microchipped and get a collar with a tag that's engraved with your name and phone number of you and a friend in case they get loose. You'll need a harness. A harness has an emergency clasp that opens. If a cat freaks out, they'll be able to get loose. So to avoid this, I buy an extra collar with no clasp. I put 2 leashes, one on the harness and one on the collar. That way, if in case they get out of the harness, they'll still be attached to the collar by the second leash, and it'll be hard for them to get loose. Since there's no emergency clasp that will open in case they get tangled up, you'll have to keep an extra eye out closely on your cat to avoid anything like this happening. It's a good idea to keep the leashes securely around your wrist to avoid them jumping out and getting away. Purchase a nice sturdy carrying case with lots of room. Fill it with blankets to keep your cats comfortable. And also this particular one that has great ventilation fit both cats so they could sleep together and keep each other company and feel safe. Bring a good supply of towels so you can change them in the crate in case they get car sick or have an accident. Most of the time while driving, the cats slept comfortably in the crate together. However, I did at times put both of their leashes around the back seat belts so they had about a foot leeway so they could stretch out in the back. This also gave them enough room so they could go and use the portable kitty litter box that I put behind the passenger front seat, so they could use the kitty litter box during the 3,000-mile trip. Usually they'd wait till the evening and when we got to the motel. This isn't an advertiser for Motel 6, but I tell you, when you're going 3,000 miles, you start to look for those big red 6s along the side of the highway, and they're very conveniently located across the United States. At rest stops, I'd be very quick. If I went to the washroom, I'd cover up the pet carrying case in the back seat just to be cautious. It's helpful to train the cats before a long journey with a series of short trips to get them used to the car. It's also a good idea to get your cats used to being on a leash. This may take some time. Luckily, I trained my cats when they were little, so now they're used to it and they don't mind it, and they even actually seem to kind of like going outside now on a leash. I originally thought it would be kind to stop off, have a picnic, and let the cats stretch on their leashes. I later determined it would be too risky, too dangerous. They were happy in the car, so I left them there. By being prepared and cautious, you and your cats can have a pleasurable journey and arrive safe and sound at home sweet home.